Hello.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wulff Den Live, episode 72, the one where we try Ding Dong's ice cream.
Ooh, ice cream.
Yes.
Yo, I saw you had like a bunch of goodies.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we got goodies.
So, and I put them in my nice little cooler, my little monogram cooler.
Monogram on it. Was that a best man gift?
This is a groomsman gift, yes. There was beer in it, but I put ice cream in it.
Lame.
To make it cool.
Actually, that's not lame.
Cool.
That's awesome.
So, there's a little backstory behind this.
Okay.
I got one for you, one for me.
Oh, thank you so much.
So
this is empty. Oh, look at you. You're all set up.
I was planning this because apparently Hostess makes ice cream now. And I saw two kinds. There was the Ding Dongs and Twinkies. Now, I was going to get the Twinkies ice cream because I figured this just looks like a Klondike bar.
Right.
But they didn't have Twinkies at the Target I went to. So next week will be Twinkies ice cream.
I have a confession to make, Will.
What's up?
I saw the Twinkies ice cream at a Target the other day, but I wasn't going to go home immediately after the Target.
Yeah.
And it was the only one left. And they didn't buy it.
All right. So we'll just have to make up for it. And to compare, I got regular Ding Dongs so we can do a little taste test to see.
I'm already going to shit myself just thinking about eating both of them.
Well,
we'll have to space it out. We'll space it out. Because I'm also having coffee.
Because I also found fireworks Oreos. Because Greg Miller's not pulling his weight, so we gotta do it.
This we have to try.
Yeah.
Is this with popping candy?
Yeah, that's why it's fireworks.
Okay.
But this is ice cream. I like to eat it before it melts.
Okay. Also, I'd like to pose something to the audience here. There's I know you know the answer. Something different about the set. It's a very minor difference. Tell me what it is. Do you know what it is?
I actually don't.
You actually don't? Wow.
Did you move the plant?
You're not. First of all, you're not allowed to say it. But second of all, no, that's not it.
Okay.
I did that a while ago.
Oh,
Because we keep putting our mugs in front of it.
So this is it. I don't know if you can kind of
Mine's
tell.
broken. It looks like a Klondike bar.
Yeah.
Like a round Klondike bar. Yeah, like.
Oh no.
Oh,
there's cake inside.
Oh, because here it looks like. It looks like there's a cookie.
Yeah.
Like a cookie-looking cake. Let's see here.
Yeah. There's like vanilla ice cream and chocolate.
Yep, it's a Klondike bar with a cookie on the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
Like a very soft cake-like cookie.
Yeah. Not bad.
Also, hello, AJ, hello, Barack, hello, Gage, hello, Tyler, hello, Thom, Steven, Christian, Convoy, Mid-Games, Juan, hello. There's too many of you now. I can't do it. Shinobi, hello.
Hello, everyone and anyone who's joining us. Welcome to the Wulff Den Snack Hour.
Yes. Not a lot going on today, Will. Got news for you.
No, good thing I got snacks.
What else do I want to talk about off the bat? Oh. No, I already mentioned the thing that I want everybody to try to guess. Oh, I mispronounced Thom. Is it just Tom? Because that'd be a weird way to spell it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Fred with the super chat. Hello. He says
some people spell Tom like that. It's short for Thomas.
That's weird. Oh, my announcement bot worked. Okay, so I completely restructured our Discord chat.
Okay.
If you go in the description, there's a Discord chat. Will never goes in it. But I'm in it all the time. Completely restructured everything because somebody said, this isn't organized. And I was like, well, how do I make it organized? And he showed me, and I organized the hell out of it. Now, there's rules. And I made a little announcement bot, so it announces every time we're live and stuff. But it was late. It was a little late. But it worked, and that's all that matters. Gone was all over me. So let's get right into it, I guess. The stupid arms. What's it called?
The Nintendo Direct.
The Nintendo Direct, yeah.
Now I'll be honest, I did not follow the Nintendo Direct.
This is really good. I like the idea of having a cookie.
It's a 5-pack, so there's 3 more upstairs.
Oh, nice.
And then when you're ready, we'll try the regular ass ones.
So arms was dumb. Let me see if I can bring it up on screen. You put a lot of stuff in the Discord.
I did. I was finding things as the week went on. There's like a few more things that I didn't put in, but
all right. This is from the Nintendo website. Nintendo unleashes a barrage of details for the new ARMS game for Nintendo Switch. Trying to eat and talk at the same time. Basically, they just showed us all the new fighters.
Okay.
And I'm still just completely uninterested. Ugh. Combat customization. After selecting a character, players will have the opportunity to equip 2 arms.
2.
That's how many you have.
Yep.
One on the right and one on the left.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
These arms range from standard fists to things like boomerangs and missiles. How wacky. Offering a wide variety of close and long-range attacks, as well as offensive and defensive options. So here's the most interesting thing I found about arms from this direct, Will.
What's that?
Is that apparently the origin in the arms lore is that these people with these spring arms, they just woke up one day and had the spring arms.
Wow.
So people all over the world just woke up one day and they were like, ah! And they decided to make a tournament out of it.
Makes sense. I mean, what else?
That means that there's people who aren't in the tournament who just have spring arms.
Well, I mean, what else are you gonna do with spring arms?
Yeah, I guess. And they all seem like so like pumped to have these spring arms, but that's terrifying.
Well, at first, I'm sure once they got used to it, they're like, "Hey, I can do stuff."
Hey, let's box.
Mainly boxing.
And they don't seem to want to get to the bottom of it. Seems like a problem.
It's future. It's a future problem.
Just make them fight each other.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the hell this stuff is. Combat customization. Did I do that already? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Types. Dozens of arms can be selected in the game, each with its own special power and handling ability. Different types range from the toaster, which is the normal one. It's like the red normal one, but it has like a flame.
It does look like a toaster, yeah.
Which unleashes a flaming punch to the tri-bolt. Oh, different types ranging from the toaster, which unleashes a flaming punch, to the tri-bolt, which shoots 3 bolts horizontally. Some arms even boost defense, like the Guardian, which can be used as a shield. I think that's the one that's like an umbrella, like umbrellas out.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems they're doing a lot with the customization. It seems like you can play many different ways. When I played it very briefly, I had I think the toaster in one hand and the slapper in the other hand. Because the slapper goes around and people don't really expect it. So all the arms perform very differently. There's some that have a lot of hang time. So you punch and then it like sits for a second and then goes. So there's a lot of different ways you can trick your opponent. And it is a little bit of a mind game. However, the motion controls are motion controls and they don't frickin' work. Like, Wii boxing was great because you just flail your arms around and you don't care what happens.
Right.
This... It's very competitive, so you want a lot of fidelity, and it's just not gonna happen with motion controls.
Well, you can play it like traditionally, right, with buttons and stuff.
What the hell would you play Wii boxing traditionally?
I played Punch Out traditionally on the Wii. After a certain point, after a certain point, that's the only way to play.
I would say Punch Out. Yeah, well, no, you got a point.
Yeah,
because I mean, original Punch Out is fun playing it traditionally. So
I mean, Wii Punch Out was fun doing it like this up until you get to like the higher tier of characters, then you had to switch to classic.
Right. I think there's something about arms. There's something about it that just isn't. It doesn't work because you want to be more accurate. You want a lot more fidelity.
Right.
But something like the Wii boxing and Punch Out on the Wii, it didn't feel like I needed that.
I think because on those two games, you're just punching straight.
Yes.
For the most part.
This you're moving around.
You're moving around. Your arms move like you can do. I mean, you can do hooks and stuff in Punch Out, but like not to the extreme.
I think that's the major problem is that you're moving in a virtual space. So you have that. You have the X-axis you need to move around on, and that's just not. It's too much. It doesn't feel right. Because and like you to block, you hold the two of them together. To move, you have to go like this. You have to move your wrists, and it's like it doesn't know what that. I found myself just flailing my arms until it did what I wanted it to do. Talk about types. Attributes. There are 7 different okay, so it's like elemental, like fire, electric, wind, and all that garbage. Weight. When equipping the many different types of arms, weight is an important factor in determining performance. Weight affects momentum, so players have to keep this in mind. I'm like drunk. Have to keep this in mind when selecting arms. Stronger arms are more powerful, but slower. You get the idea. Upgrade arms. Upgrade arms. I'm drunk. As players fight through arms, they will rack up hard-earned in-game currency for use at the arms getter, where players can use their skill points to basically buy stuff. Versus mode. Arms is filled to the brim with fun modes that offer a variety of ways to challenge other fighters. You can fight. You can do a team fight. This was, I think, really cool. Volleyball. They call it V-ball.
I saw that, yeah.
Similar to volleyball, but much more awesome. And awesome is italicized. V-ball is a sport that involves knocking an explosive ball into the opponent's court. That, I think, is going to be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hoops, which looked dumb. You uppercut the other guy and try to slam dunk him.
Nice.
I feel like that's just not going to work. Skill shot. Break as many targets as possible using the versatile power of arms. It looked like the break the targets thing at Smash Brothers.
Right.
1 on 100. Defeat 100 enemies in a row, which is just like a horde mode.
Oh, jeez.
Arms test and training. In test mode, players can try out randomized arms combinations while training lets them practice a number of varied drills. Multiplayer gaming, playing with your friends, blah blah. Grand Prix with 10 straight matches in Grand Prix, and players will face a final opponent to be crowned the Arms champion. This mode is played locally with 1 or 2 players. Interesting. Party match. By connecting the Nintendo Switch console to the internet, players can battle with up to 3 other Arms players at a time that are in the same lobby as them. One lobby can hold up to 10 systems, but with up to 2 players per system. So 20 players can potentially get together in the same lobby. So you can have a tournament, a ranked tournament with 20 players. That's really cool. I don't know how often that's going to happen because you have to get 10 systems with 2 people each system.
Yeah.
Ranked match. In this time-honored Coliseum, players compete one-on-one by winning a match, blah, blah. That's a rank. I don't know how many can be put into a ranked match. Local wireless mode. While playing in local wireless mode, up to 8 players with 8 separate systems in the same room can gather in the lobby. Okay. In the future, Nintendo will release free software updates that add new fighters, stages, and arms to the game, similar to Splatoon.
Right.
Mario Maker.
This is all sounding like the next entry in whatever esports thing that Splatoon is also a part of. Like, I guess they saw Splatoon was like not necessarily big with esports, but it was of that vein. So they're trying again with Splatoon 2, and now ARMS is the next part of that series.
I think Nintendo's doing their own sort of online structure.
Yeah.
But they're doing a very good job of, for example, releasing everything for frickin' free.
Yeah.
That is very smart. Mm-hmm. They didn't do that with Mario Kart 8 or when it came out the first time.
Right.
But they did it with Splatoon 2. They did it with Mario Maker.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like they're going to do this with ARMS. Well, they say free. These free updates will occur after the game launches, so watch out for additional details. Although I don't think this game's going to do well. So, I don't know. I mean, they'll come out with the content that they promised, but I don't think it's going to last too long. Splatoon did really well.
Yeah.
And that ended pretty quickly. They closed up shop really quick.
Right. Well, I think they saw the writing on the wall and we're now just trying to gear up for Switch.
Right.
Did you mention the global test punch?
I was just getting to that.
All right.
Like Splatoon 2 and Splatoon before it, ARMS is offering free trial periods to try out the game and get a taste of what it's like before launch. But instead of a global test fire, these free demos will naturally be called the Global Test Punch.
Naturally.
The first blocks of time will be allocated throughout the week of May 26th to the 28th, and the second blocks on June 2nd to the 4th. To participate, simply download the Global Test Fire on the eShop, blah, blah, blah. That was really annoying with Splatoon 2. I didn't get a chance to play it because I totally didn't know that it was there's time slots.
Right.
They open it for like 2-hour chunks and then
really
close it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it'll be open May 26th to the 28th, but only between for specific times.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
And according to this promotional picture, it says on May 26th and June 2nd, North America only.
That's so
in like the
annoying.
fine prints. So.
It doesn't even say that in this article.
Yeah, for event times and more info, visit arms.nintendo.com.
In this article, then they go into characters. I don't care about any of them. Some of them bizarre. One of them. Wait, which one was it? Twintel. Is that the one? Yeah. Oh, an A-list actress. Yeah, this one. Her arms are the braids in her hair. So she didn't wake up. So she still has arms.
Right.
So she didn't wake up with a massive deformation.
Right.
Her hair just does it.
Interesting.
So I don't know.
Do you think Little Mac will be either an unlockable or downloadable character in this game? Because if not,
no.
then they're wasting their opportunity.
No, definitely not.
That's such a wait. Like, why? You already have a boxing.
I know it'd be
mascot.
real dumb, but I highly doubt it.
That's a shame.
It is a major shame. They could give him like robot arms or something.
Yeah, that'd be rad. Or like Bald Bull or somebody. Somebody from Punch Out should be.
Yeah,
in this game.
they'd be a massive missed opportunity. Yeah. So it's some character that we know.
Yes.
Or maybe they'll do the Mario Kart thing, and all the DLC characters will be characters.
Or just make Min Min like your next big mascot.
Min Min, people like Min Min.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Wow, that is a racist character," but then I realized it's Japanese, and
then you remember
they're just.
Do you remember Punch Out? And they're all racist characters.
That's true. The most interesting thing about the direct was that immediately after it, they said, "Oh, and now for something completely different. Here's Splatoon 2," and they showed us a character in Splatoon just walks up to what looked like one of the Squid sisters, and she's like, "Oh, you found me, great. My sister is missing, and we have to find her." And it shows you all of the campaign.
Wow.
It went through like a lot. It was just like a trailer, but it showed a lot of the stuff you're going to be doing in the campaign, and it looked freaking awesome.
Okay.
Because that is what I need, is a campaign with a game like that, so that I can get used to the controls. So, also, if you haven't seen the Squid Sisters like story that they've been releasing, they've been doing like weekly like chapters of like how the Squid Sisters, because the Squid Sisters will, if you don't know, I don't really exactly know what they did in the first game, but they were always together. I think they like were supposed to be the narrators of the game. Every time there was a game, they were supposed to like narrate it. And apparently they split up, and one became a pop singer and one became an actress or something or whatever, and they like stopped talking to each other, and now all of a sudden one of them is missing. So you have to find her. And the stories that they've been releasing are like really cool.
Yeah.
And a little bit sad.
I'll have to go back and catch all of that. I'm behind on all my Nintendo stuff.
You bastard.
I know.
So it looks cool. In a shocking twist, Callie of Squid Sisters fame has gone missing, and her right tentacle squid, Marie, tasks the player to search for Callie and the great Zapfish. Those are wrong words. Players can use different weapons in single-player mode to overcome obstacles, defeat enemies, and take down towering bosses. Weapons like the roller, slosher, splatting, or the new dualies. The dualies. The single-player mode is designed to teach players tips and tricks that they can use in the multiplayer. For more on Squid Sisters, check out the Squid Sisters stories here. I will take that link and I will put it right in the chat, because it is a great little story. What was I gonna say? I mean, there's like a sniper rifle that looks really cool. Also, there's some grinding on rails happening.
Oh yeah,
like soap shoe.
Nice.
Grinding on rails.
Nice.
I am all about that. Speaking of which, I totally forgot about Sonic.
Oh yeah.
I didn't put it in the thing.
Oh, it's good. It's a good thing I did. Yeah, because this is either going to be the coolest thing ever or the worst thing ever.
Well, before that, I want to ask our audience if they care about ARMS yet, or if they have before, because I still do not care about ARMS at all after all of that. But Splatoon has me very interested.
I saw some people saying that they were into ARMS.
Also, has anybody guessed what's different about our set yet?
Urkill wants ARMS now, and he's a sub, so hello.
Juan says, I'm not particularly anxious to play ARMS, but I think it will sell well. Blah, blah. Let's go. Let's scroll all the way up here.
Gishkin says, I think Nintendo should stop trying to innovate all the time and just make a good console. Well, I think they did with this.
Yeah, what the hell, man? That's how they do well. I mean, the Wii was really weird, and they tried really hard to innovate, and they nailed it. The Wii U, not so much. That's what happens when you are an innovator like that. Like, look at Apple.
Yeah.
They innovate so hard, but every once in a while they have a miss, like this freaking laptop that I'm holding right now that I hate so much. But I'm getting used to it now that I have all the dongles that I need. But no, the Switch is like the best console to come out in a very long time.
Mid Games asks, I don't understand why you guys are so hyped to see Wonder Woman and yet ARMS seems so dumb to you. I'm hyped for both. I'll be honest with you.
That's a very good question.
Wait,
no. I am not hyped at all to see Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I might not even see it because I think it is going to be absolute garbage.
I'm going to see it, and if it's absolute garbage, I will be so mad.
So I hate both of them. I wouldn't say equally. I would actually rather play ARMS than watch Wonder Woman. I might watch Wonder Woman because I feel like I have to.
Yeah.
But I'm not spending $60 on freaking ARMS. But if you had to sit me down and say, here's ARMS, here's Wonder Woman, which one would you rather do? I would rather play ARMS.
Really?
Yeah.
See, even if I wasn't interested in either of them, I would rather sit through Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman is 2 hours of passive entertainment, whereas ARMS is active entertainment.
That's
Who knows
true.
how long that would last?
It'll be a lot more frustrating. But you know what? I feel like I can get more out of ARMS because I could talk about it. Whereas you feel like you get more out of Wonder Woman.
Probably.
About that. My problem with Wonder Woman is that I want to like it. I want to be into it because it is the first female-led superhero movie.
Right.
It's just the circumstances around it are really unfortunate.
Okay, but by that stance, you're still excited for Justice League. Like, you're still going to see Justice League, even though that's directed by the guy who's been ruining these movies all along.
Yes. I'm not saying that it's a justifiable reasoning, but yes, I am more excited for Justice League, even though I still think that's going to be garbage.
That's probably going to be worse.
I don't know. I don't know if it would be worse.
I think so.
I see nothing redeemable about the trailers that I see of Wonder Woman.
I see nothing redeemable about the trailers of Justice League.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. At least Wonder Woman, it looks like they're trying.
Maybe it's just because I like Batman.
I like him too, but
I don't care about Wonder Woman.
Ben Affleck has been failing me.
Yeah. Anyway. Live to Rock says, ARMS is so stupid it's good. Which would be great. Fred says you haven't changed anything. Yes, I have. Call of Booty says Bob has nice hair. It looks nice in his arms.
Atten says he is interested in ARMS.
Cool.
So there you go.
All right. Let's talk about Sonic.
Okay.
Did you see the Game Explain video? Because I didn't.
I did not see the Game Explain video. Okay. All I saw was the release trailer.
Okay. Wait, while we go into that, I'm going to open these firework Oreos.
Okay.
Do you have something you need to read or talk about or something?
Well, I'll just talk about this real quick, because it happened last week, like the day after our show. So Square Enix has dropped IO Interactive from there. They're not doing business with IO Interactive anymore. Those are the guys who made the Hitman games.
Oh.
Yeah.
The mobile games.
No, all the Hitman games.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that.
They're just like, we're done with IO Interactive. So, and that sucks. IO apparently gets to keep the Hitman rights, and they're looking to find another publisher to...
You were big on the Hitman games.
It's weird, because I got into it with Hitman Absolution, which is apparently like not the Hitman game to get into.
These are just Oreos with Pop Rocks in them.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that shot.
I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, I'll just lick the cream and try to get.
But I really liked Hitman Absolution, and I really liked Hitman Go, even though that was a different type of game altogether. Barely.
I don't know if you can hear that. It's like not doing it. I feel like it's only doing it with my mouth closed. This is like pussy Pop Rocks.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
Just regular Oreos with Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
It's not even sweeter.
But anyway, yeah, so Hitman Absolution, I really liked that game. And I tried playing Blood Money, but that game hasn't aged very well. But the new Hitman game that came out, the episodic one, It was really good.
So you got into it really late.
Yes. And now, apparently, now I'm starting to feel the pop rocks. And I guess the most recent Hitman game didn't do all that great. So Square Enix is like, we're done with IO, which just sucks because Square Enix has like this weird perception of like how good games have to do in order to be successful. Happened with Tomb Raider. Now it's happening with this. Square Enix actually, in recent years, has been butchering their Western releases in order to fit what they think the market is. The reason why,
In what way?
The reason why Hitman went episodic is because Square thought that episodic games are the way of the future, that the way console games are traditionally made are dead, everything's moving over to the mobile
I
style.
really want to know what made them think that.
That's why Deus Ex Mankind Divided had microtransactions out the ass.
What made them think that episodic stuff was the way of the future?
You know what it was? Because this was at the tail end of last generation when sales were down, but mobile sales were rising. So every video game maker thought, okay, we have to start making every game like we do on mobile for everything.
I have more on that.
And then, the new systems came out and proved everybody wrong. But Square was still stuck in that mindset. And it was too late to change everything. So right. Hitman had to go episodic. Deus Ex had to get microtransactions. Apparently, the microtransactions were added to Deus Ex very late in the game. So
yeah, that I don't know. And Deus Ex also came with like an ancillary game alongside of it that was just like insanely riddled with microtransactions.
But I mean, I bought Hitman after all the episodes came out, but the episodic release actually worked kind of well because all the levels are huge, and you can take out your target however you want. All they basically do is, here's a picture of your target, have fun. And they don't tell you how to do it or anything. They'll like guide you certain ways.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
It's all on your own. And like every level takes like 2 hours to beat.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so it was really good. And like they would always have like events and exclusive targets. And there was one point you had to choose, do you want to kill Gary Busey or Gary Cole? And everybody picked Gary Busey. So I hope IO Interactive finds like a new home and that they can keep releasing Hitman games because those are very good and they are very unique.
Well, who owns the rights to Hitman? Isn't it Square?
No, IO I think retained the rights.
Really?
Yeah.
So when they make all the mobile games,
those are published by Square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, didn't Square Montreal?
Square Montreal, yes.
They made them. So they're just not making Hitman anymore.
Right.
Okay, so they gave IO.
It looks like it.
They were like, goodbye, here's Hitman, go.
I mean, worst comes to worst, IO will probably release another, do a spiritual successor, call it like Killer Guy or something,
Right.
Agent 34 or whatever.
That would be awful.
Yeah. They might Mighty Number 9 it. So, but I figure we should talk about that because that was a very big deal. And it happened the day after we were live last week. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, go in on that.
So Sonic Forces is going to have a character creator. Let's see here. Announced via official trailer, Sonic Forces will include a character creator for crafting your own furry personas. If only there was a better word for that per the Kotaku article. There's a trailer for it. Shows this like red wolf character with like customizable gear and looks like a grappling hook type thing. There are 7 different animal types to choose from, each with different abilities. There is a wolf, which automatically draws rings in when near them. There's a rabbit that has a longer invincibility time after receiving damage. A cat keeps 1 ring after being hit. A dog restarts with 5 rings after the player dies.
Wait, this is
These are the type of animals you can create.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So each animal has a different ability.
Each animal has a different ability, yeah.
Okay.
There's the bear, which blows away enemies with a homing attack. So I guess this has a much stronger homing attack.
How big is this freaking bear?
I don't know. A bird, which flies high with a double jump ability. And, of course, you can be a hedgehog, which collects rings, which can collect rings after getting damaged.
So, wait, can collect rings after getting damaged. What does that mean? Everybody else just loses the rings and you can't
I guess
get them
so,
back?
yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So it all depends on, what you value more, I guess, in your character.
I'm of the mind that Sonic should be OP.
Right.
and he's not because Knuckles and Tails are just as fast as him.
Actually, they're not.
Oh, get the hell out of here!
If you no, seriously, you play like Sonic 3 again, and Knuckles is actually substantially slower.
Is it?
Yeah,
Are there side by side comparisons?
I'm sure there are.
I gotta find this because they seem exactly the same.
They seem like it, but trust me, Knuckles is a little bit slower.
All right, but then you have games like Sonic Heroes where they're literally the same
Right.
speed. So
I mean, I'm assuming all of these characters will play similar to Sonic, and I'm assuming that there's only so much you can customize these characters. I think you can customize their gear, you can customize their color. You can make them different colors and stuff. Outside of that, I don't really know if you can change their height and weight and things like that. I assume you can change gender.
I think. Oh, I mean, they're all agender. Well,
Yeah.
I would assume that Sonic being able to collect rings will be a really big help.
Yeah.
These other well, one of them, what was it, the rabbit that keeps one ring after they get hit?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That gives you an extra hit. But Sonic, you won't have to find other rings. You can just collect the ones that are around you.
That was the cat can keep one ring after being
cat,
hit.
okay.
Yeah.
That seems really cool. That is the best idea they've had in a really long time.
This is all those years of fan art finally coming to fruition. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully it won't be too weird as Sonic fan art
Billy
gets.
the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Get some Bob the Hedgehog action.
Yeah. Well, then
Edge the Hedgehog.
You know what they say? You type in your name, the Hedgehog, into Google, you will find a lot of fan art. I figure we just do the Wulff character with our names, and then just whatever our color scheme is.
I want to just make Sonic but a different color, and just call it something weird.
I'm probably not even going to create a character.
Big Papa the Hedgehog.
I'm probably not even going to create a character because when I play a Sonic the Hedgehog game, I want to play a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think Sonic should be OP. You should want to play as Sonic.
So, we'll see how that goes.
I think it's the best idea they've had in a while because this is catering exactly to the fans. This is them being super they know that they're very self-aware.
Yes.
This is them being very self-aware. This is gonna get us. This is gonna cater to all of the fan art and all of the crap that people have been doing.
Yeah.
And they know that their games haven't been good. So even if this isn't a good game, they'll at least have that character creator. But this actually looks really promising. But so did all the other games. So also still no word on Sonic Mania.
Yeah, I mean we saw a little bit of Knuckles in Flying Battery Zone.
Yeah,
the remake of that.
I saw that and I was like, wow, this is just Flying Battery. I saw it without the headline. I just saw the video and I was like, this is just Flying Battery Zone. Why does it look so good though? And I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I realized, first of all, it was 16:9 aspect ratio. So I totally forgot. We're going to be playing a 2D Sonic game in a 16:9
a 2D sprite-based Sonic game in 16:9
That's a big deal because you get more of the screen to see.
That's going to help out a lot.
More things that you could run into. Also, Knuckles' sprite is a lot brighter.
Yeah.
So
they're all a lot brighter.
It looked awesome. Yeah, because they're not limited to the
Genesis
color
hardware,
scheme of the Genesis hardware. Yeah, the 256 colors or whatever it had. Live to Rock says, Bob, what about the Sonic Werewolf Hog? What about it?
Don't bring that into this house.
I don't think that is anything.
The Werehog?
Yeah, what does it have to do with anything?
He's just referencing Sonic Unleashed.
I know, but what about it? That was absolute garbage. That game was so good until you played as the Werehog.
Yeah, it really was.
And then it turned to trash.
But it's okay, because then they made Sonic Colors, which was just the good parts of Sonic Unleashed.
There have been good Sonic games.
There have been. Fight me on it.
AJ says, I'm going to be Medium the Cat.
He's also convinced the social media team is developing this game.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that they're listening.
Yeah.
To people like that. That's the thing. They know how much that social media team or that guy, I forgot his name. They know how much that guy is doing for them.
Yeah.
So they let him kind of run off with the marketing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, we should do a character creator. And they were like, yeah, good idea. Bob, what about Supersonic? What about Super Shadow? Tevye says. What about them? What did I do? Did I say something that everybody's like talking about the old characters?
I guess because like you can play as Sonic, Modern Sonic, Classic Sonic, and
Oh, I said they should be OP.
oh
That is so that's why he said, "What about the Werehog?"
yeah,
Because the Werehog is OP, but that part sucks in the game. What about Supersonic? Yes, but in Sonic 3, you also have a hyper, or is it just called Super Knuckles? Or is it Hyper
yeah, no,
Knuckles?
Super Knuckles,
Super Knuckles and Super Tails, and then you have Hyper Knuckles and Hyper Tails or whatever,
and Hypersonic, yeah,
and Hypersonic. They're all the same.
yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like it's just the same. That's why you always play as freaking Knuckles because he can glide and Sonic can't.
Yeah.
Sonic does have the invincibility thing,
Yeah.
which I miss because whenever I play a 2D Sonic game, I always try to do that and it screws me up.
Ken Thomas says everyone forgets about Sonic Rush. Great DS game. I never forget about Sonic Rush. That is the second greatest Sonic game of all time.
Second?
Second.
Really?
Yes.
What was the first? 3?
Sonic 3 and Knuckles, yeah.
And then
Sonic Rush.
Rush? Really?
Yes.
Is the
Yes.
second greatest
Yes.
one? It is
Yes.
really good.
I love that
I don't know
game.
about greatest. That's crazy.
I rank it that high.
I don't know what I would
Absolutely.
say the second one was.
Absolutely, I do.
I played Sonic CD. A lot of people say that's their favorite. It's really not.
Yeah,
that good.
it's very weird. It's like labyrinthian.
confusing.
It like you have to go back in time so much. You know, like
I don't know why you have to go back in time. It just happens. It
you
just
you have
happens.
to go back in time to find the I think they're deforestation machines and destroy them so that you can go back to the future and get the good future in every level. This is in addition to collecting the time stones, which is the game's version of Chaos Emeralds. You gotta do all that in order to get the real ending.
I might name this episode something about Sonic because I like talking about Sonic.
Hell yeah.
Sonic Super Saiyan mode. Live to Rock says, yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it
But
is.
yeah, I always went back in time and I never understood why it was happening or if I even needed to.
A lot of times it's hard to go back in time because you'll run past the post that will like give you the ability to go back in time, but you never generate enough speed to do it.
Right.
So
I'm so happy that Sonic Mania is that space in between Sonic 3 and Sonic CD.
yeah,
It's like it's what if a game came out immediately after Sonic 3
yeah.
with the Sonic CD hardware.
Well, they call it a Sonic game running on Saturn hardware,
that makes a lot of sense.
which is exactly what it is. Yeah,
That came out in between CD and
it
Genesis,
was
right.
So the release of the Sonic games, the Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles,
Whoa,
and then
really?
the Saturn.
I
Yeah,
thought CD came out after 3.
no.
Wow.
No, because Sonic 1 was 91, Sonic 2 was 92.
I don't know anything.
In 93, they were still making Sonic 3, so they put out Sonic Spinball, Sonic CD, and Sonic Chaos.
This makes a lot of sense because Sonic
The sprite in Sonic CD is the same as Sonic 2.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a little bit bigger. Yes. Okay. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
So Sonic game running on Saturn hardware would be after 3 then.
Yes.
Okay. I like this. I like this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And well, a Sonic game running on Saturn hardware in reality would be what? Sonic R?
Yeah.
Sonic R was Saturn,
Sonic
right?
R. There was Sonic R, which garbage.
Have you ever played it?
Yes.
I played it at a museum. It was at
Oh,
the
yeah.
Cradle Aviation
Oh yeah.
Museum.
We have it
It is trash. Wait, we have it. How?
on the Sonic Gems collection for GameCube. That's how I first played Sonic
Play
CD.
it. It is
It's very bad.
probably the worst Sonic game I
It's
have ever played.
up there. It's up there.
I don't know of one that's worse because this you literally can't control.
I mean, I've played Sonic 06.
Yeah, but at least you can control it
Kind of.
80% of the time.
Yeah.
Pokem Madness in all caps says Fire and Ice was pretty good. People generalize Boom as bad and they ignore the good one. Fire and Ice was the DS one, I believe,
Yeah, there were two DS
which
ones.
was trash.
No. There were two DS games. There was like Shattered something, which was trash, and there was Fire and Ice, which people say is actually not bad.
So the first one was what?
Shattered something.
That's when I
Shattered
played.
Crystals.
That was
Yes.
trash. I'm sorry. I apologize for the wrong information.
The worst one of those was Rise of Lyric on the Wii U. Don't play that game.
Yeah, no, that is nope. Tevye says Sonic Adventure 2 was amazing. I have a video on why that game
Yes.
is good. And people give it a bad rap for no reason.
And if you're excited for Sonic Forces, make sure you all play Sonic Generations, the PS3, Xbox 360, and/or PC version, because that game is glorious.
Is it the last good one? The last good Sonic
That
game?
was the last good Sonic game. That may be in my top 5 best Sonic games.
Okay, so Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Right.
Sonic Dash.
Sonic Rush.
Sonic Rush.
Yes.
Dash was the mobile game that
Yeah.
wasn't very good. Somewhere in there is Sonic Generations.
Yes. Sonic 2, definitely. I would throw that up there.
Any of the Adventures?
I don't know, because they don't hold up very well.
You're right. They need to. If there is a game that they should remaster, it is Sonic Adventure 2.
Yes.
Because that could definitely use better camera.
Yeah. Sonic Adventure 1, too.
Camera's difficult for Sonic because
Yeah.
it should pretty much always be behind him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could do a free look camera for Sonic. I think you need to have it locked pretty much.
Yeah, well, that's why like Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations and even the good parts of Sonic Unleashed, like they figured out keep the camera behind him, almost treat it more like a racing game than a platformer, unless he actually has the platform switch to side scrolling.
Exactly. So the camera should move with what's going on. You
Yeah.
shouldn't have to really control it much.
Right.
And then there's Sonic R, which is actually a racing game, and they treated it like you were playing Gran Turismo,
Yes.
and it was awful.
It was very bad.
All right, enough Sonic.
Yeah.
I want to talk about back to Nintendo.
Okay.
Nintendo is making a Legend of Zelda smartphone game,
Oh, I heard about this.
according to the Wall Street Journal. I have no idea where they got this information from, because if you click on their website, it's behind a freaking paywall, and I
Right.
don't want to give them any money because screw them. According to the Verge, though, Nintendo is developing a Legend of Zelda game for smartphones, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. The game is likely to be released following the upcoming mobile version of Animal Crossing, which is expected to arrive sometime this year. Nintendo CEO Tatsumi Kimishima said last month that the company plans to release 2 to 3 new smartphone games in the fiscal year ending March 2018. I am excited for Animal Crossing. The Wall Street Journal report doesn't offer any details on the new Zelda title, nor whether it'll follow the one-time fee approach of Super Mario Run or the free-to-play model of Fire Emblem Heroes, Nintendo's 2 previous mobile games. But the identification of the franchise alone will be enough to get many Nintendo fans excited. Blah, 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 blah. So, again, I'm excited for Animal Crossing because that is a game that will be perfect for mobile.
Right.
That is, like, pretty much meant for mobile. Because you're just, like, growing a town. You're just the mayor of a town, so you
Yeah.
can just check in on your phone all the time. I don't know how true these claims are. It sounds like some guy's just like, yeah, Zelda, that's a good idea.
I mean, it makes sense. Zelda is hot right now with Breath of the Wild. Nintendo is trying to put all their stuff on mobile as much as they can. So it just makes sense that Zelda would eventually appear on iOS and Android.
Also, Nintendo knows how well they're doing with mobile. They're freaking killing it.
Well, yeah, go on.
Well, they're killing it with Switch, which is a
Right,
mobile
they're killing it with
platform.
Switch.
So there's another article. Nintendo Super Mario Run didn't meet expectations.
Right.
So it
No, I
did
was gonna bring that up.
It did really well,
Right.
but it did not meet expectations. So sales from Super Mario Run failed to meet Nintendo's expectations. Company president Tatsumi Kimishima said, blah, blah, blah. Speaking to the Asian, blah, blah. Basically, only 5% of people paid for 5% of people who downloaded Super Mario Run paid for the game because it was behind a $10 paywall.
Right.
You get to play the first 3 levels and then you have to pay $10 to play the rest. So only 5% of people did that. 5% I think is really good for getting people to pay anything.
Well, it's good for a company that isn't Nintendo, though.
Right. You're right.
You would think that, a company like Nintendo with a brand like Mario that, has worldwide recognition
Right.
would be able to get more people to pay $10 to play the rest of your game.
I'm thinking more about something like if we were like, oh, we have an exclusive Wulff Den episode. It'll be on Sunday, but you have to pay $1 for it.
Yeah.
1% would pay for that.
Right.
Probably. So, but you're right. Nintendo could have done better.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Fire Emblem Heroes bests Super Mario Run profits despite 10 times fewer downloads.
Right.
Also, Fire Emblem Heroes is free.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Heroes is free. It has 10 times fewer downloads and made more money already.
Right, because doesn't Fire
Super
Emblem
Mario
doesn't
Run.
Fire Emblem have microtransactions in it?
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Because Nintendo with Super Mario Run was trying to do their console game model where, we'll give you a free taste, but you're going to pay a premium because it's a premium game. We like to keep the value of our games high, and we feel like this is a very valuable game. So they tried to pull that on mobile, which is a market where people are used to free games, dollar games, or, microtransactions and things like that. So that's why Fire Emblem made so much more money than Mario Run did.
I'm installing Fire Emblem Heroes right now because I
Alright.
forgot I wanted to play it. This is Nintendo learning
Right.
what the market wants.
Yes.
They thought that they could pull it off with Super Mario Run, like you just said, and they couldn't. I mean, they did. They made money. Let's not.
Yeah.
It didn't fail.
Right.
It didn't meet their expectations.
But when you consider like how many people downloaded Super Mario Run and only 5%, paid for it.
yeah, but like millions upon millions of people downloaded it.
Right.
I don't know the exact number, but it was an insane number that downloaded it. I think it did more than Pokemon Go in the first few days,
Yeah.
which is insane. But it was that $10 paywall. $10 is a lot to ask for from people.
Yeah. April 27th of this year, GameSpot article, Super Mario Run expected to hit 150 million downloads.
So 10% of 150 million is $15 million.
Yeah.
No. 10% is 15 million, and each is $10. So that's $150 million.
There you go.
$150 million is not meeting expectations for this game. You don't have to do. You can't just trust my man.
I'm making sure. I'm making sure. So yeah, you're right.
I opened Fire Emblem Heroes. It is a beautiful looking game.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Please stop. I don't want to log in or anything yet. Yeah, the art in this game looks freaking amazing. So yes, Fire Emblem Heroes is them learning that free with microtransactions, like reasonable microtransactions, is better than making them pay $10, which I don't agree with. I think that charging $2 off the bat, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know what the masses want, but I want $2. I'll play your freaking game.
Yeah.
I'll give you $2. If it's a freemium game, I'm not giving you shit. Like you haven't played. When was the last time you paid for a microtransaction?
Oh, I've never paid for a micro. Actually, no, that's not true.
Super Mario Run, but that doesn't count because that's a macro transaction.
I bought in the Go games. After I beat them, I'll like buy the little pack that gives you hints on how to beat the level, so I can go through it faster.
Oh, the Hitman Go games.
Yeah.
So how much were those?
It's like between $3 and $5 depending on the game.
You couldn't just Google it?
It takes too long. Because I gotta Google it and I gotta follow the guy.
That is the lamest microtransaction.
This way, like I just press the button and it tells me right there.
That's a lame microtransaction.
I don't care.
Also, I cursed in the beginning.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
So personally, I'd rather pay $2 right off the bat, but freemium tricks people into paying more money.
Yeah.
So I could see that. Tevi says, "Can we please have no microtransactions?"
That would be lovely.
I mean, Nintendo's learning that that's the way to go.
Yep.
So I think that Nintendo does a good job of making it not necessary for the microtransactions, though. I know people who paid a lot of money for Pokemon Go Pokeballs.
Yeah.
Even though I sat there and I just farmed, the Pokemon Center or whatever. Fred says he'd pay for a Sunday show if it was One Piece. Keep that in mind. How much would you pay?
Yeah.
I mean, we could get that going. Maybe it'll just be us watching, just sitting here watching One Piece.
Yeah. All 4 million episodes of it.
So that was all my topics. I'm sure you have something.
I got more. Yeah, hold on. Crap. Where is it? Okay. So we got comic book news to talk about.
Yes.
Because I love talking about comic
Always
book news.
just scrunched in at the end.
So this happened on Sunday. DC Comics Jeff Johns reveals a teaser image and details about the upcoming Watchmen DC Universe crossover called Doomsday Clock.
This is a big deal.
Yes. So if you've been following DC's Rebirth all since it debuted, you know that the events of the past few years of DC Comics and the DC Universe have been manipulated by Dr. Manhattan of Watchmen fame. And they've been like dropping like little hints and stuff that like they're gonna meet each other. And they just wrapped up The Button, which was a crossover between Batman and the Flash, which involved the Watchmen button and Dr. Manhattan. That was today.
Okay.
The last issue came out today. It's really good. What was I gonna say? So what they did was, you have the image up?
Yep.
So Doomsday Clock is going to be its own separate thing. It's not gonna cross over with the other titles. It's gonna be its own standalone story. It's not a Watchmen sequel. Jeff Johns made that very clear. It's its own thing, but it does have ramifications on the greater DC universe. It's a standalone story. It's gonna be based around like what has happened, all throughout. Superman rewriting his own history, the events of the Button, events that's happening in the Flash, things like that. It's gonna primarily focus on Superman and Dr. Manhattan.
Wow.
That's the big thing.
That's interesting because he hasn't been a part of the Button at all.
Yeah, well, he hasn't been a part of the Button, but Superman has been probably the most, next to the Flash, probably the most like the one who's been most entwined with the whole Watchmen conspiracy. He interacts most with the character of Mr. Oz, which everybody thinks is Ozymandias, and he just got done with Superman Reborn, where he rewrote his own history.
How?
Well, not really, but like Mix's Spitlick was like warping reality and brought back New 52 Superman, and Superman, pre-Flashpoint Superman merged himself with New 52 Superman to create one Superman and rewrote his entire history.
Was that recently?
Yes. This is like a few months, this is like last month. And not only did he rewrite his entire history, he rewrote the entire DC Universe's history.
I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
So, wait, when did this happen?
This happened like a month or so ago.
Okay.
And it was similar to The Button, where it was 4 issues that came out,
Because I remember
weekly.
a while ago, there were 2 Supermans.
Yeah. Well, there was a Superman and a Clark Kent.
Mm-hmm.
Clark Kent was
Why?
Clark Kent was Mixia Spitlick. Actually, no, there were 2 Supermen. The Superman of the New 52 died, so Flashpoint Superman took his place, but Mixia Spitlick came in and pretended to be Clark Kent. It's a lot better than I'm making it sound.
I have another question.
Okay.
Can Superman run on the cosmic treadmill or whatever the hell it's called?
No. Well, I'm sure he can, but I think the Flash is faster.
Okay.
So
by like a small margin, right?
Yeah. So it takes the Flash. Also, the Flash could tap into the Speed Force. Superman can't,
And why not?
because Superman doesn't get his speed from the Speed Force. He's just naturally fast.
I can't breathe.
Jeff Johns says that the title plays a significant role in the story because not only is the Doomsday Clock a classic symbol of the Watchmen story, but the initials Doomsday Clock DC. So it like ties back into, because Rebirth #1, the special, was like very meta in the way it handled this story. Like, saying things like, oh, we, for the past few years, this universe hasn't really been full of hope. We've all been dour and despairing, which is exactly what the New 52 was, like
Right.
how they were writing it. So it was basically them acknowledging their mistakes. And it looks like that Doomsday Clock is going to continue that trend of like acknowledging their mistakes through the story.
Right.
And like seeing how they're going to change going forward through the story. Is going to touch upon how, if Rebirth brought hope back to the DC universe, how is the grit and grittiness of Watchmen, is that still there? Is it still affecting everything? Trying to see if there's anything other. There's not really much more I can say about it without going into. They announced Doomsday Clock Sunday before the button finished. The button finished today. And in the article that announced it, there are spoilers for the button.
Ah, what a bunch of idiots.
I know.
This is Sci-Fi Wire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but that's how comics work. They'll spoil
Right.
the comic a month in
It's
advance to make sure you buy it.
We like Sci-Fi Wire.
Yeah, we do. But it'll be out November 2017.
That's so long.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still, I'm sure there's all these stories they need to tell because I'm sure Superman's going to get wrapped up in it again. I'm sure the Flash is going to do something wacky. So November 2017, written by Jeff Johns, illustrated by Gary Frank. They have a long history together. They had a really great run on Action Comics. They did the Batman Earth 1 series. They did a Shazam story and a couple of other things I can't really remember right now, but it's gonna be good. I can't wait.
Well, the button is really good.
Yes.
So get that.
Make sure you read the last issue today because it's something.
I will.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Okay.
I'll do that tonight when I go to bed.
And then I have one more story. It's not comic book related, but I think it's interesting.
Queue up your questions and comments in the chat, people.
Okay. So, do you remember a while ago when the Power Rangers movie came out?
Oh, how could I forget
And
that
Lionsgate
time?
and Hayam Saban were all like, yeah, we're going to make 6 sequels to this movie.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
We will not be getting those 6 Power Rangers sequels after all.
Wow.
Did
Did it do good?
Not great.
I mean, not 6 sequels great.
It did okay here. The problem is it didn't do well in China. It had a very, very low opening in China.
Man, that had China written all over it.
I know.
They were probably really banking on it.
It hasn't debuted in Japan yet, which is the Power Rangers native country, but
Well, kind of.
Super Sentai's native country.
Yeah, and they're not even the same. It's not their characters. It's our characters.
Right. But
so,
I mean,
it to them it would be an American bastardization
Right.
of Super Sentai.
right.
But that it'd be the American bastardization of Super Sentai, bastardized to the 5th power.
Right. But yeah, because it had just to compare, so Power Rangers opened to a $3.3 million box office in China. Guardians of the Galaxy took in $49.4 million in its opening weekend in China.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about here.
Wait, how much did Power Rangers do?
$3.3 million in its
God
opening weekend.
Damn, that's
and Guardians did 49.4. So, I mean, a lot of movies now, if the box office is okay here but great in China, they'll still go ahead with the sequel because you got to get that China money.
Look at Transformers.
Look at Transformers, Pacific Rim. That's how the Pacific Rim sequel got greenlit. Not so with Power Rangers. So, which sucks because honestly, like I feel like they could have done a lot more in a sequel. That could have finally been the Power Rangers movie that the last half hour promised us it could be.
Watch some trailers of Chinese sci-fi movies and see how Power Rangers is better than that.
Yeah.
Like Power Rangers, I'd imagine it would do so good.
Yeah.
It feels like a foreign, like an Asian.
You know what I
foreign
think
film,
it is?
but done a little bit.
Well,
better.
here's what I think it is, because the first 90 minutes of that movie is not a Power Rangers movie.
Right.
It's just a very good movie about American teens with American teen problems.
Right. You're right.
And then last half hour, it remembers, oh, right, Power Rangers.
Yeah, and people are already asleep by then.
Yeah. So,
You're right.
I mean, it's a shame because I feel like this could have been something, but nope. Nope.
Sonic the Headshot says, "I feel cheated. I need 6 movies." He needed them.
He needed them, but
Nobody needed them.
no.
I don't understand what the hell they would do.
Well,
At what point would they start making up new stuff?
they were started hinting at the Green Ranger.
Right.
So they could have done that. They could have brought back Lord Zed. That would have been rad.
Could have gone to space.
Could have gone to space.
Bring in the Ninja Turtle.
The ninja. Yeah, exactly. They hinted at the Zeo crystals in the first movie. Like that was a big deal.
What is that?
That was, remember Power Ranger Zeo?
I know the name.
That's how they got their powers.
Listen, I checked out at Ninjas, which was like the second one, wasn't
It was like the third one, I think.
it? I was out. What was 2 then?
Season 2?
Or what was after the regular Power Rangers?
So the regular Power Rangers was like the first 3-4 seasons, like the same outfits, but they would change the Zords. Then it was like the Alien Rangers. Then it was Zeo.
What about the ninjas?
That was like somewhere around season 3.
All right, you know what? I checked out at Aliens, and then I saw ninjas, and I bought the toys.
Yeah.
Or Mom bought us the toys.
Right.
And then I gave up.
Right. So Power Rangers Zeo was the first like post Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, and the Zeo crystals is what gave them their powers. And the whole opening sequence was about the Zeo crystals. So
those things they got, those are Zeo crystals.
not the coins.
No.
Those are separate.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's all
it's very
it all blurs together.
It's very dumb and confusing, yes, but
so that's it about Power Rangers.
That's it for Power Rangers.
Nobody cares about Power Rangers.
It's a shame because Power Rangers is awesome.
Except for that. That was not awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, talk to us in the chat.
Yes, leave your questions in the chat. Use the hashtag Wulff Den Live on Twitter if you want to reach us there, or go to last week's Wulff Den Live and leave a comment, and we will answer it right now. And by right now, I mean as soon as I pull it up.
Yes. I am pulling up the hashtag, and of course, it's Fred. Will.
Yes.
How did you feel about the Darwin Cooks reference in Superman Rebirth? I got goosebumps.
I'll be honest, I missed that. Like I wasn't reading Superman at the time, but any Darwin Cook reference is a good reference.
He's isn't he an artist?
Yeah.
How could you reference an artist?
He passed away like last year, so I think they did like a tribute to him.
That's nice. I like him. He's very good.
He was the best.
Bob, what is your favorite part about the art style of One Piece? I like it's obviously manga, very manga, but I'm seeing a lot of roundness, which I don't normally see in anime and manga. There's like a lot of bubbly like stuff going on, and arms and legs are like super straight with like barely any joints.
Right.
It's very bizarre. Ooh,
What was that?
I think it's another super chat.
Oh, Sonic the Headshot.
Oh, love what you guys do. Keep up the grind. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonic the Headshot. Of course, if you super chat, we'll read it immediately because it makes a big stink. He also said Bob Wulff on Twitch after stream for thumbnail, which is absolutely true. Fred.
Yes.
Also, Mika Jackson says, Bob, how have you seen A+ stars show... What? Bob, have you seen A+ stars show low poly? It's pretty good. And when is the next episode of The Art? I believe the next episode of The Art is up on Saturday. It is up right now for Patreon supporters of Shoddycast. So it is on the Shoddycast Patreon. If you are a $3 or higher supporter, you get it. But I believe if you're not a supporter, it will be up Saturday. But no, I have not seen the show Low Poly, but I will open it up in a new tab so I can watch it later because it sounds pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if it sounds cool. You didn't really tell me about it, but you referenced the art, so it's probably like that, right? I don't know. Anyway.
From last week, Paul Horde says, I don't even own a Switch, but I want it on the Switch. He's referring to Pokemon. Also, and I will find a way to buy one if they release it on the Switch. So we were talking about releasing Pokemon on the Switch.
Right.
I mean, you're going to get a Pokemon game on the Switch. I just don't think it's going to be like one of the mainline series titles.
Pokemon Stadium.
For like very long.
You're going to get Pokemon
I don't think we're going to get Pokemon Stadium on the Switch.
No, you're not. But that's what they would do.
Yeah. Feistiest Ninja asks, Will, can you recommend something like Scott Pilgrim series? Yes, Scott Pilgrim. I mean, let's be real here. There's nothing else like really. Scott Pilgrim out there. Just go read Scott Pilgrim.
You know what I really liked? Do you remember it was a Marvel made manga.
Oh, Sentinels.
Yes. It was about a kid in high school who rebuilds a Sentinel.
Yes.
I loved that.
That was a great series. Yeah.
I mean, they're still not really the same, but
yeah,
you got a high school kid who's down on his luck and does some cool stuff.
Yeah.
What the F?
Yeah.
Says Hernia. Red and blue were S word. Red and blue were garbage. You just remember it fondly.
Yeah, I do.
I saw this and I thought about it for a long time and I was like, he's kind of I could see where he's coming from, but if red and blue are bad, then none of the Pokemon games are good.
Yeah, because they are all still built on that foundation
Yeah.
for the most part.
So I can see where you're coming from. Playing it, because it's the same reason why I don't like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Playing it when you don't understand what's going on. Like, I learned all that stuff when I was young, and I read the guide.
Yeah.
So that's why I like red and blue. But if red and blue are bad, then none of the other games are good either. Because red and blue, it was the Pokemon formula, but in its simplest.
Yes.
You know?
Aaron Grimshaw, what do you guys think of Danny McBride writing a Halloween movie and him playing a role in the new Alien movie? Him being an alien doesn't necessarily bother me. I mean, it's going to be a little weird seeing Danny McBride in an Alien movie. The Halloween movie I'm interested in because it's allegedly going to be a direct sequel to Halloween 2, taking place in the 70s, and John Carpenter is heavily involved. So I'd like to see where that goes.
Is he doing serious stuff now?
Danny McBride?
Yeah.
I guess so.
What is that sci-fi movie that has all comedians in it? And it's a serious, like, it looks like an alien movie.
Is it This Is the End?
No. No, didn't that come out a while ago?
Yeah.
No, it's coming out soon.
Soon?
It has like a, who is it? It has I'm drawing a blank here. The guy who played Deadpool.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds?
It has Ryan Reynolds in it and like a bunch of other things. And I thought Danny McBride was in it, but apparently he's an alien. Unless I'm just thinking of Alien.
Maybe.
What is Ryan Reynolds in?
Life?
Life.
Yeah, I don't think that has comedians in it. But that Life just looks like Alien.
Who's in it?
Jake Gyllenhaal. Whole lot of
Ryan Reynolds.
Whole lot of people I don't know. Oh, Rebecca Ferguson. I've heard of her.
I gotta look this up. Life movie. Because I feel like that's a movie I saw and I was like, is this a joke? Something's gonna happen. It's gonna be like Piranha.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I don't see any comedians. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Maybe you are thinking of Alien, because apparently James Franco is also in Alien Covenant.
Yeah, then I'm mixing Alien and Life together in one movie.
Okay. I mean, Life looks like it could be like an Alien type movie. I don't know.
Who else do we got here? Pantsless Patton. I agree that Zelda games don't only move home system sales. I hunted down a Zelda-themed 3DS just for Ocarina of Time.
Majora's
Mask. That came out?
Yeah, on 3DS, yeah.
And
Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds. Thank you so much, Will. It would have taken me a million years to say that out loud. Also, Nino says, I don't think they plan on killing the 3DS anytime soon. They've been very profitable and reach out all those that aren't heavy gamers that don't want a large console. Also, they are just now releasing a new 2DS. I am hoping they make the new Pokemon for both Switch and 3DS with cross-platform trading.
That would be really convenient.
That'd be convenient, but that's not going to happen. They're not going to release it for
probably
two of their platforms that are like drastically different. You know? But that would be cool. I mean, there should be a way to get... Oh, well, there's the Pokemon... what do they call it?
The trading bank.
The bank, yeah. So you can put your Pokemon in the bank and then load it up on the Switch, probably.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go into the chat here.
All right, let's go into the chat.
Atten says, Life was good. Apparently it came out.
Yeah, it did come out.
I didn't know.
I missed it. I missed it.
Was it not a comedy?
No.
Slow Pro says, would you recommend getting a Switch seeing as it seems kind of cheaply made, or settle for a Wii U? I really only want it for Zelda. The only thing it doesn't feel cheaply made. I guess it's plastic, but it's sturdier than, anything else Nintendo has made.
Yeah.
It like the screen is a thick plastic, but it is not. I wouldn't consider it cheap. I definitely don't get a Wii U.
Yeah.
It's not. If you're gonna get something, get a Switch. But no, I recommend. Of course, I recommend a Switch. If you have the money, Switch is damn good. It's got some games slowly trickling out.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're gonna get it eventually, why not just get it now?
Yeah.
You know.
Live to Rock asks, Will, how would you manage your own comic book publishing company?
Very interesting.
I would probably do it similar to how Valiant is doing it. They release like 1 or 2 books in their shared universe first and let people get a taste of that. And then slowly start to trickle out all the other titles in this universe and don't do a crossover until like 2 or 3 years after people are acclimated. I would also have a separate line of just creator-owned crap where people can do whatever they want, no editorial oversight, as long as it ain't porn. I don't care. So,
did you say something about licensing?
No, creator-owned.
I would. You gotta, if you're gonna have your own publishing company, you gotta buy a license.
Yeah, that would help too.
Of like an obscure like old
obscure thing, but that has a lot of like fan reference.
Yeah, like what would you buy?
Probably, I don't know who owns the rights to Voltron, but I think that would be a good start.
Well, that's isn't that IDW?
That was Dynamite last I checked.
Dynamite.
But I don't know if they still have the rights to Voltron.
Dynamite also has The Man with No Name.
Really?
Yeah, they had a comic, didn't they?
Oh wow, I don't remember.
Pretty sure they did.
Dynamite has James Bond, and that's excellent.
Dynamite has a lot of weird, good stuff.
Yeah.
You can do video games too. You can
Yeah,
get the rights to, or well, I guess you could partner with a company.
Yeah.
Take-Two has their own comic book company.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's doing. So there's that.
Yeah.
I don't think getting into comic book publishing would be very lucrative.
No. No, it wouldn't.
AC says, just the dock feels bad to me. He means the Switch dock.
Yeah.
I completely agree. That is a piece of cheap plastic. If anything's cheap, it's the friggin' dock.
Yeah.
Also, anybody find out what's different about our set yet? Daniel says, life sucked. I think he meant to say life sucks. You still trying to figure it out?
I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't even think I know.
It's a very minor change.
No, those amiibos were always there.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tweeted about it. It was a big saga. I'm surprised nobody said anything. I think it's too minor of a change for people to care.
People are bringing up Spaceballs in the chat, I think because you were talking about a sci-fi space comedy.
What about it?
And everyone's like, is he talking about Spaceballs?
Oh, no. Like a modern one.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog is waiting for more of a reason to switch. To switch or to buy a Switch?
I'm in the same boat as you. Right now, I just feel like it's in beta.
And Sonic the Hedgehog, no, you are not the first to super chat. Fred, I think, is the first.
Yeah.
The Switch, it was a soft launch that they realized is doing a lot better than they expected.
Right.
There was an article today that actually was the No on YouTube. They were talking about how it's doing better than Nintendo can handle.
Right.
Because this was supposed to be a soft launch, but it did so well. Now they're trying very hard to keep up with demand. Who said coasters first? Juan? I think it was Juan.
The coasters. Such a small thing.
Yeah, well, I looked for like 45 minutes.
I know, it's true. It's true, you did.
Because I was like, they have to be square and they have to be black, and these aren't even black.
They're like gray.
These are like gray. But they're now a part of the set because we always put our drinks here, and we always use those stupid coasters I had over there. So do they care about arms? I just tuned in. It says feels mod man. No, we don't.
Well, I do.
Oh,
you
he
don't.
cares. I don't care. Because I previewed it a little bit, and
I think it will be a fun game.
Well, then you can buy it.
Maybe I will when I get my own Switch.
Oh, AJ said it way earlier. Apparently, the coasters. Well,
Yeah.
you don't win because you're a mod. So screw it. we'll pick one more question, then we need to leave.
All right. Brandon Rodriguez, have you guys given your thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? No, because I still haven't seen it.
I said it last week. I really enjoyed it. I could see why people didn't like it, or people thought that it was filler, or it didn't fit with the other movies, or like it didn't really have a solid plot. I could see where all of that comes from, but I enjoyed it the whole time. Some of the jokes were like it was obvious that it was going to end in a dumb punchline, but I enjoyed it the whole time.
I am trying my best to see it this weekend, hopefully Saturday. I know I'm behind on it.
You sure are for Mr. Comic Book Man.
I apologize. Sometimes life gets in the way. I am seeing Alien on Friday, though, so I'll give my opinion on that.
I wanted to, but I'm not. Because, first of all, I haven't seen the other ones. Second of all, I heard it's really not good.
Really? Because it's weird, because I'm hearing mixed things. Like, some people are giving it really good reviews, and some people are giving it really bad reviews. Mm-hmm. The guy who reviewed it for RogerEbert.com gave it 4 stars.
Wow.
And said it's the 3rd best Alien movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, do people like Prometheus?
Prometheus is very weird. It's like, it's not an Alien movie, but it's in the Alien universe. And
do you have to see that? Is it part of like this movie?
Kind of. I think like it will help. I mean,
I want to skip it.
If you have questions, just ask me.
All right.
But you should still see Alien 1 and 2. At the very least.
Tevye says, Bob, what about E3? What about E3? I will be there. I'm hoping this time we'll be posting specific content. Like if I go play a certain game like Harvest Moon, I will then I will make a video specific to Harvest Moon, like 3 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And post that pretty much immediately. And everybody's saying Prometheus was just okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here.
All right. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for chatting with us in the chat. As always, you can leave your comments after this video goes live tomorrow if you want us to answer any questions we didn't catch today. And if you're listening to this on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play, first of all, thank you. Second of all, make sure you subscribe to us on those stores and rate us and review us because that helps us with placement on those stores.
You know, the first thing I had in my Google Keep document to talk about today, I completely forgot about. It was YouTube Red. So bear with me here.
Okay.
A while ago, we posed the question, how do YouTube Red... how does first of all, YouTube Red, for anybody who doesn't know, you pay $10 a month, you get Google Play Music, which is basically like Spotify.
Yeah.
And you get no ads on YouTube, which is a big deal. Also, you can play YouTube videos with the screen off. So that means you can listen to podcasts on the go with the screen off, and it'll just stream the audio. So if you're on the go, it's like no brainer. And it's $10 a month. A while ago, we posed the question, how does that money get trickled down to the creators? And Philip DeFranco did the thing on it. I finally understand it. A certain percentage, let's assume 100%, goes to the creators, and it gets split by watch time. So if you watch an hour's worth of, let's say you watch Philip DeFranco, like 10 minutes of Philip DeFranco, 10 minutes of Kind of Funny, 10 minutes of H3H3, 10 minutes of Philip DeFranco's second channel, and Kamara's new thing, 10 minutes of that. And then you watch one Wulff Den Live, 60 minutes. That gets split. We get 50% of that, and the other guys get 50%.
Wow.
So it goes by watch time. If you watch more Wulff Den, then you give us more of your money. But for a YouTube Red view. YouTube Red views cost more than regular views. Like, we get more money per YouTube Red view. So I encourage you get YouTube Red, and I encourage that you just open up a playlist of Wulff Den Live. Go to our page, go to Wulff Den Live, hit play, and then walk away from your computer.
There you go. Real quick, because Brendan Rodriguez keeps throwing it out in the chat. Yes, we did get NYCC tickets. We will be there.
Yes, we will be there.
I will probably be there Saturday and Sunday. You'll be there
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, probably.
Yeah, there you go. And real quick, Tevye says, Will, what do you think of Secret Empire getting an extra issue? This is why people are mad at Marvel, because they do stuff like this. It's supposed to be a 9-issue series. Now it's going to be 10. Out of the blue. They've been doing this for past 3 years. This is why people are mad.
I also like to thank Seboba, Nolan, Mark Anthony, Marap for subscribing. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much for tuning in and subscribing.
Also, don't forget to use the hashtag Wulff Den Live. You want to talk
Yes.
about this next time, what you said before. And I will be streaming on Twitch right now. Go to twitch.tv/BobWolf. Fred put it in the chat. AJ put it in the chat. Thank you guys very much. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye.